Test. Testing, testing. Is all sounding okay? Music's loud. Vocals aren't too loud. They're probably too loud. Nah, it's probably fine. We'll make a start in a second, guys. Yo! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Thursday night. Welcome to the Thursday night Space Get Stream Spectacular. Because that's definitely what this is. It's not just a stream that I randomly decided, let's just do a stream. I like doing a stream tonight. Let's do it. That'll be fun. Have I gone to the stream with no idea what I'm actually doing? As you can kind of tell, because for some reason, those borders are all over the place. I thought I'd sorted that out before we started. Apparently not. Anyway, as always, the stream is a complete mess, but it doesn't matter. Welcome to it. How are you all doing today, this evening? Have you all had a good week? Is anyone lucky enough to get their Switch 2 pre-order in? Apologies if you're in a country that isn't the UK, in that regard, because that has been, especially if you've been in America or Canada, or that's been an unfortunate twist in the narrative here. I mean, narrative that was already, you know, it's been going perfectly, hasn't it? Let's face it. Since the Switch 2 price was announced, it's all been smooth sailing. It's all been great. Nothing has gone wrong at all. But yeah, it's going to be chaos when those pre-orders go up for the US and Canada. Like, I guarantee it. In the UK, we had a sort of did a pre-order invite-only lottery system. So I've been very fortunate, and I have managed to get Switch 2 pre-ordered. So I'm very excited about that. So we'll hopefully have some streams when that arrives in early June. I don't know what it will be. I mean, I'm kind of thinking of it as an excuse to maybe replay Breath of the Wild, but I haven't decided yet. I think that'd be really fun to do, because we did this little bit of a playthrough earlier in the year, last year, maybe even the year before. I don't remember. I don't know what time it is anymore. And I'd be really, really excited to play it again, but in, you know, nicer Switch 2 HDR 4K mode will be really cool. So I'd be excited to check that out, and I think it'd be really fun to do it on stream as well. I have to abandon the playthrough we had, but that'll be fine. It's not like it was a great playthrough anyway. So, this evening, we are going to do, it is one of our, what I like to call our evening streams, which I like to refer to as one-offs and weirdies. But often we play the box office game in the evening, so we're going to do that today. So today's box office game is for the weekend of May the 5th, 1995. This weekend, this is actually yesterday's box office game now I think about it, but that's fine. For us today's, it's not, but we can do today's afterwards. So weekend of May 5th, 1995. So nearly 20 years ago, no, 30 years ago. Jeez, again, what is time? So this isn't going to be as easy for me as like if I did like 2000 one, but we'll give it a shot. We should be able to get some, I hope. I see Gramercy's on there. That's a studio who basically doesn't exist anymore. So that's going to be intrigued to see what that is when we get to it. So let's make a start, shall we? As always, if you think you know the answers from these, I am absolutely free to take guesses. To accept guesses from chat. And they're greatly appreciated if I have no idea what the answer is, especially. So, number one at the box office this week is a new entry. It is from 20th Century Fox. It has grossed $9 million this week. I'm going to turn the music down slightly bit, because it's a bit loud. Okay, that's too low. We can turn it up a bit if it's too quiet. So, this week is a new entry from 20th Century Fox, $9 million. And I don't know. Because that could be kind of... It's very vague. So, why don't we look at it from... Look at it from a perspective of possibly the director. Because I wonder if this is going to be a director-led film. So it's early May, so we're kind of thinking box office season. So we're sort of looking at possibly a big budget movie, so with a big name director. And 20th Century Fox since 1985. I suspect it isn't, because it's 20th Century Fox. I suspect it isn't Spielberg, because he's very much in his sort of like Universal era here. So I wonder if it's. Anyway, I've got a theory, but I'm gonna go to director first before I cement anything down. Lawrence Kasdan. Okay, interesting. So Lawrence Kasdan is probably best known as the co-writer of The Empire Strikes Back, Indiana Jones, and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So yeah, pretty. And obviously he came back to do a couple of Star Wars movies when Disney bought the franchise. And he's also directed a couple of films as well. Like I think most notably The Big Chill, which I've never seen, but I've heard is really, really good. I don't think that's this, because I think that's much earlier. So I'm not sure what it could be. So let's do the first... Actually, let's do some suspense here. So let's go third actor. So Timothy Hutton. Not familiar with him. That's fine. Why don't we, in that case, go on to the second actor, Kevin Kline. Okay. Second bill is Kevin Kline. Quite a big name in the 90s. Though nowadays he sort of, I'm sure he's in stuff. I'm sure he's probably the lead on like a prestige TV show that I've never heard of. Like that's run for like 12 seasons on Paramount Plus or something like that. But like I feel like these days he's mostly known as the voice of Mr. Fishoda from Bob's Burgers. But I still can't quite get the answer from that. So if we go to lead actor, Meg Ryan, Kevin Kline. Oh, it's a... Well, it's a rom-com of some kind, right? The thing is, Meg Ryan was so hot at this point that it's going to be... She's in a lot of stuff that I'm kind of a bit not 100% what it could be. Oh god. So it's obviously not going to be like Sleeps in Seattle, because Tom Hanks would be first or second build on that. Also Lawrence Kasdan was the director. It's not going to be Kate and Leopold because Hugh Jackman isn't credited. Also, that's a bit early for that anyway. So you've got male again. No Tom Hanks. I'm gonna go reveal the tagline. Kate's stuck in a place where anything can happen, but with a guy who'll make sure that it does. What? Oh, I have no idea. But it seems familiar. I'm gonna have to reveal all hints. Because I'm not gonna get it based on... Because genre, I'm gonna guess it's some kind of comedy. Actually, it might not be. It might be comedy drama, I guess. The budgets and the final gross won't be helpful to me at all. So we have to reveal all hints, so we'll lose all bonuses, which is fine at this point, to be honest. After her fiancé admits to infidelity while on a business trip in France, a woman attempts to get her lover back and marry him by traveling to Paris despite her crippling fear of flying. On the way, she unknowingly smuggled something of value. There's a charming crook chasing her across France. She chases after her future husband. Doesn't sound terrible, not gonna lie. Oh, it's gonna have a name that's gonna be like vaguely. It's gonna have like a reference to France in the name, isn't it? Budget $0. Wow, what a cheap movie. French Kiss. Nah, I'd never heard of that. Okay, number 2. God, we're off to a great start, guys. This is going very, very well. So this was a this was number 1 last week. It's from Hollywood Pictures. And it grossed $8 million. It's grossed $8 million this weekend, and it's made a total of $54 million altogether. So Hollywood Pictures, they're an offshoot of another big company, a big studio, and I can't remember which. I want to say 20th Century Fox or Disney, because I feel like, and I might be wrong with the story, my understanding is it was kind of like a production studio, or a studio that kind of died in the late 90s, something like that, and then Disney brought it back specifically as the studio to release George Lucas's Strange Magic, so Disney could release it, but then not have the Disney branding on it because they owned the film, but they didn't really want anything to do with the film. But it was part of like the contract to own Star Wars. I might be wrong about it. There is a story like that. You have to look it up. It's weird. Businesses are strange, guys. I know what to tell you. So should we go for? Should we go for tagline first, just for a change? Switch it up a little bit. A story about love at second sight. Is it Ghost? No, it can't be Ghost. Can it be Ghost? No, because it's not. No, it's too early. That's not the right time of year. I don't think that's 95. I might be wrong, but Sandra Bullock is the lead actress in this movie. So So... Oh, it's not, it's not while you were sleeping, is it? Oops, I have no idea what I did there. Well, that went well. I accidentally closed the box office game. I don't know what happened there. What? There we go. I think I pressed the wrong like key combination. It just shut down Firefox. I don't know why that happened. This might be wrong. Pretty sure it's wrong. I mean, when I said I might be wrong, I mean obviously, you know, we got it completely right. We knew it completely. We 100% knew it. Yeah, there was no shadow of a doubt in my mind. Prior to sleeping, a story about love at second sight. Transit worker pulls commuter Peter off railway tracks after he's mugged, but while he's in a coma, his family mistakenly thinks she's Peter's fiancée, and she doesn't correct them. Things get more complicated when she falls with his brother, who's not quite sure that she's who she claims to be. Huh. Did not realise that was the concept for that film. Wild. Also, 2 rom-coms, like first and second, in the box office this week. Wouldn't happen now. So, number 3 at the box office this week is from New Line. New Line at this point are quite a small studio. Usually making kind of horror stuff. So that's very possible that's what this might be. They don't really sort of expand out into bigger budgets and bigger genre until like Lord of the Rings 2001. By which point they get owned by Warner Brothers anyway, so. So it was number 2 last week. It has made $30 million altogether, and its director is, drum roll please, F. Gary Gray. Ooh, okay, interesting. So F. Gary Gray is a I don't want to be dismissive. He's kind of one of those journeyman directors, like one of those quite a very he's probably one of the most prolific like sort of directors for hire, I would call him. And I think he's very good at what he does. Just to be clear. But that means he's done a lot of films. And quite frankly, I kind of didn't realize he was directing in the mid-90s. I knew he was directing in the 2000s, and he's still directing now, actually. I mean, he did one of the Fast and Furious fairly recently. But yeah, he's like I said, he's got a lot of films under his belt, so that makes this quite difficult. So why don't we go for Actor 1, Ice Cube. I wonder, because this is going to be like sort of early in Ice Cube's acting career, because he's still in NWA at this point, I think. So I'm going to go for the tagline, because that might answer this. Lock me down between Thursday and Saturday. Oh, yeah, it's Friday. This is a very beloved cult film. Craig and Smokey are two guys in Los Angeles hanging out on their porch on a Friday afternoon, smoking and drinking, looking for something to do. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, and Neil Long. It's considered a bit of a cult comedy classic at this point. Okay, so number 4 at the box office this week is from Columbia Pictures. It was number 3 last week. It's made $2 million this week, and it's made $54 million in its lifetime. And that means I reckon it's been out for 5 weeks. That means I think it's been a big stonking hit. What is its genre? Isn't that the big question? I mean, I reckon we'll go for genre first. If that's cool with everyone. Action, comedy, crime, thriller. Oh, the whole 9 yards. So it's a Columbia Pictures. It's an action, comedy, crime, thriller. God, I don't know what. That's a lot of genre. I immediately thought it's like it's a Coen Brothers film, but I don't think it's a Coen Brothers film. Because they're very good at like combining all 3 of those genres. Well, action not so much, but their films do have some action stuff in them. But it's more comedic action, if anything. Michael Bay. Oh man. Oh, what was a 1995 Michael Bay movie be? It's too. This is gonna be very, very early Michael Bay, though, right? It's too early for. It's too early for Armageddon, I think. It's too early for both Bad Boys films. So I realized I should like zoom this down. So all we could do. Don't know why I didn't think of doing that in the first place. This is cool. What are we listening to? Oh, it's a Rhythm Heaven remix. Nice. Rhythm Heaven's great. I'm so glad that series is coming back. That game is going to be so good. So why don't we do reveal actor 1? Oh, maybe it is Bad Boys. Yeah, it has to be, right? I didn't realize it was that early. I thought it was like 97 or something like that. Yeah, what you gonna do? Mike Spencer is a henpecked family man. Mike Lowry is a footloose and fancy relays man. Both Miami policemen. They have 72 hours to reclaim a consignment of drugs stolen from under their station's nose. To complicate matters, in order to get the assistance of the sole witness to a murder, they have to pretend to be each other. Alright. It's a weird way of phrasing it. I need to rewatch those movies. I haven't seen those movies in a really long time. I've only seen the first 2. And again, I haven't watched them in like, God, 15 years or so. Because I definitely watched them at uni, but I remember it being fun. I remember the second one being a bit overlong, but I bet you if I watch it now, I'd be like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. So I've got to do that. And I've heard good things about the newer ones, so I should check those out at some point. Anyway, 5th at the box office this week. It's from Gramercy, we mentioned earlier. Not really a thing anymore. So why don't we go for Why don't we go for tagline? People call them the heroes. The FBI call them public enemy number one. But that could be any movie. So is it going to be a... Is it going to be a crime thriller, perhaps? Oh, it's a drama in history. Do we think it's... God, I have no idea. I'm trying what like historical thing it could be. Right, who's the director? Mary Van Peebles. So, I suspect it's going to be a civil rights based film. Possibly about the Black Panthers. Kadeem Hardison. I don't think I'm gonna get this film. Hakeem Woodbine. He is phenomenal in the second season of Fargo, the Fargo TV series. Like, it is... I'm genuinely surprised about how little, like, leading or great parts he's gotten since then. Like, he's been in stuff, but, like, nothing as good or, like, that's... Anyway, who is Joe Don Baker? Yeah, arbitrary white guy in this. I bet he plays like the head of the FBI. I'm gonna have to reveal all points because I don't think I'm gonna get it. Which oh, it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be called Panther, isn't it? Based on that based on the plot, right? Okay, so this was a bit tougher than usual. It's an interesting weekend though, like yeah, because you've got like 2 rom-coms and then like three black-led films, which is like really so yeah, because rom-coms are generally like very female-led, so like that's really interesting in terms of like that vaguely diverse films being successful. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool weekend for that. Anyway, and now let's go back to films made predominantly by and for white guys. Weekend of July the 1st, 2016. I'm sure will be full of exciting, diverse cinema, courtesy of the good people at Walt Disney. We have 2 films in this lineup. So, 1st of July, 2016. Big ol' summer blockbuster weekend. So, the first film, number 1 at the box office this week, has been out for 3 weeks and was number 1 last week, and I suspect has been number 1 for the past 3 weeks. So 2016, where are we in MCU world at this point? Reckon we are post Civil War and pre Doctor Strange. I know that comes out in Doctor Strange comes out in October. I think Civil War comes out in May. Does anything come out between? I don't think it does. But it could be one of their live action remakes, because those do really well at the box office despite being fine. If we reveal director, I can probably get it, I reckon. Andrew Stanton. Okay. So it'll be Finding Dory, I think. I think that's the film he... Does that come out 2016? It's got to be right. Got it. Yeah, because he goes... Because this is his return to animation, because he directs John Carter of Mars in 2012, which is like his live action debut film, having done like tons of directorial work at Pixar, and then like that bombs so hard that he basically has to go back to Pixar and make Finding Dory to make some money and some career credibility. It kind of sucks in a way, but we get Finding Dory out of it. Finding Dory's pretty fun, and like I don't like it as much as Nemo, but then I think I appreciated Nemo more. I don't know. I think I appreciated Nemo a lot, and then by the time Dory came around, I was obviously a lot older, so I kind of wasn't really as but I wasn't as excited about it. I think it definitely skews a bit younger than some Pixar stuff does, but it's fun. It's an enjoyable film. Anyway, number 2 at the box office this week is a Warner Brothers film. It is a new entry. It has made $38 million so far. And God knows what it is. So again, I could probably, let's go for, because I'm just trying to think what is Warner Brothers doing in 2016? I mean, you could ask that question about them like for the past 10 years. Like, what are they doing? Just because they seem to be a complete mess. Although apparently Coyote vs. Acme is being saved now, and is actually going to come out, which is very exciting. But then, like, the day the Earth blew up, whatever that new Looney Tunes movie that just came out a couple of weeks ago in the States, still hasn't got a UK release date, and I'm kind of expecting it's not going. It's going to get one, but it'll be like straight to Netflix or something like that, which sucks. I really want to see that in the cinema. I think that'd be really cool to see. I really want to see a Looney Tunes movie in the cinema, and I expect Coyote vs. Acme will be the same situation. I hope it comes out on the streaming service I actually have. It's going to go straight to like Paramount Plus or something. Anyway, so back to actually what the film in question. So should we go for director? Good old classic director, David Yates. Right. So my immediate answer to this is it's a Fantastic Beasts film, but I wonder, because between finishing Deathly Hallows and then jumping back into the Potterverse with the Fantastic Beasts films, he did a live action Tarzan reboot with, I wanted to say Stellan Skarsgård, but Alexander Skarsgård. If it was a Stellan Skarsgård, that would be a very different film and probably more enjoyable. And Margot Robbie, and it is. It's gonna be something like. I want to say it's going to be The Legend of Tarzan, because it's got some name to differentiate from the Disney version. Yeah, Alexander Skarsgård, Margot Robbie, and Samuel L. Jackson made $350 million worldwide, so it made its budget back. Probably, maybe. Who knows with Hollywood accounting, right? The tagline there: human nature. Great job, guys. Number 3 this week. It's a Universal film. It has made $31 million this week so far, but it's a new entry. So, I wonder if this. I want to say, is it an animated film? But then if it was animated, it probably would have been grossing higher than Tarzan. So I don't know. But I kind of can't see. So I wonder if it isn't an IP, if it's something new that they've sort of. The Universal kind of taken a bet on and sort of. I don't want to say failed, but like kind of underperformed in its first week in the opening weekend. I don't know. What I do know is the director is James DeMonaco. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's animated. Maybe it is an animated thing. So why don't we roll back from actor number 3 to actor number 1? See if we can get it before then. Mikel T. Williamson. I'm butchering that name. I'm really sorry. Actor 2 is going to be Frank Grillo, or Crossbones himself. I don't know what this could be. I'm genuinely not sure. The door behind actor number 1 is Elizabeth Mitchell. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I mean, Elizabeth Mitchell does genuinely quite interesting stuff. I'm just trying to think what. What she could have been leading in 2016. It must be a horror, right? She doesn't really do big studio stuff. Keep thinking of. I know because I'm trying. I can really think of what it isn't, but I don't know what it is. Because she's really good in. trying to think of Elizabeth Mitchell sort of like lead movies. I mean, the first thing that I think of is The Invisible Man, but that's like COVID era. And then she's also really good in Listen Up Philip, and The One I Love is also great. That's a movie I kind of forget that I see it, and then I remember the premise of it. I'm like, oh yeah, actually that movie is really cool. I mean, this is I'm just naming like random Elizabeth Mitchell films, and I'm just completely forgetting the fact that she's in like Mad Men and Top of the Lake and Handmaid's Tale is incredible. All over 3 of those things. But like, yeah, I don't know what this could be. Let's reveal the tagline. Keep America Great. Ooh, that is a. It's 2016. That is a headline. That is a tagline. That is playing with fire with that one. Christ. So it's gonna be some kind of social satire. I don't know what this. Not know what this is. Okay. We're gonna have to. Unless anyone else has any idea what this could be. We'll reveal all hints in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Two years after choosing not to kill the man who killed his son, former police sergeant Leo Barnes has become the head of security for Senator Charlene Roan, the frontrunner to the next presidential election due to a vow to eliminate the Purge. Oh, it's a Purge movie! On the night of what should be the final Purge, a betrayal from within the government and forces Barnes and Roan out on the street, but they must fight to survive the night. Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna be. I think I know what this is. I think this is gonna. I completely forget those movies exist. There's like. Yeah, this is like 5, 6 of them. It's the Purge election year. It has to be based on like the tagline, which again, it's so great they did that. That's really fun. I'm not familiar. I didn't watch any of the Purge movies. As a it's a really good concept for a horror movie. Is it a good concept that can sustain 6 movies? Who knows? But it sounds like they're doing interesting stuff with it. Number 4 at the box office is a Walt Disney movie. It is a new entry. It has made $18 million this year. So far, in its opening weekend is what I meant to say. I mean, technically, it has made $80 million this year, just in this specific weekend. It'll make more than $80 million in a couple of days after this. So we've got Finding Dory up on there. So I suspect this isn't going to be an animated film because Disney probably wouldn't want to risk putting one of their own movies up against Finding Dory, but I might be wrong. I suspect it's a live action remake, but the big question is going to be which one. And to find out, should we reveal actor number 3? Rebecca Hall. Oh. She's a very good actress. I like her a lot. In most stuff she's in. That still doesn't help. So if we go for... Because I'm trying to think what Disney movie she would be in 2016. I know she had a minor... Was it minor? She had really good sporting role in Iron Man 3. And originally, her character was supposed to be the actual main villain of the film. That was what the original script was. Which, like, if you watch that movie, like, watch the first half of that movie, that makes total sense. And then apparently Disney were like, well, no, because no one will buy the toys if the villain toys if it's a woman. So they were like, well, we can't have that. So they had to change it to be Guy Pearce's character. Spoilers. Which is fine. He's good in that film. I like him as a villain, but it's like Rebecca Hall would have been a very good villain as well. Act number 2. Ruby Barnhill. I don't know who that is. Is she a barn? Is she a hill? Is she made of gemstones? So, actor 1 would be Mark Rylance. This is not what I was expecting it to be. Is it? I didn't realise Disney made this. And what's crazy is we would have got this really quickly. I mean, we got this really quickly if we said director, because I believe it is one of the most famous greatest directors to ever direct a film. I believe the director is Steven Spielberg and the film is the BFG. That is a disappointing opening for a Spielberg film. I feel like I've said that I've said this somewhere before, and I found 2010 Spielberg films like kind of they were this kind of weird, because I feel like Steven Spielberg is such an incredible director. I've been rewatching a lot of his like early films lately, and he's like the most natural, gifted filmmaker. Like it blows my mind how we basically had a decade of Steven Spielberg released films that like we just released, and they're not bad, not terrible films, but they're just kind of they're fine, and we're just all he's just become just a director who was just making films, just making films that were like fine, and they were just coming out and then they were just like ignored. And when like every film he makes should be some kind of big event, and it's just I don't get it. It's really strange. I don't know if that probably doesn't make any sense, but but I think he's kind of coming back in a way. Like maybe he was in a bit of a slump, but like I definitely think with West Side Story was good. His West Side Story remake was really good. And The Fabelmans, I think maybe I think it kind of revitalized him in a weird way, because he's got this new movie coming out later this year, next year, It's about him returning to sort of like a sci-fi sci-fi genre. I'm hearing very like the rumors I've heard are very it's like a kind of a spiritual successor to Close Encounters, which is very exciting. So it'll be very cool. I'm so glad he's back, and I'm so glad he's gonna be making really, really, really cool films again. Anyway, number 5 at the box office is a 20th Century Fox movie. It was number 2 last week. It has made $72 million altogether. And it is directed by, sorry, I'm just like, this is as if I had like any idea of what it is. I don't. But it's 2016, so is it? Oops, my mic really peaked there. Sorry about that. I wonder if it's the bad X-Men movie. I mean, there are a couple of bad X-Men movies, let's be real. But I reckon it's Apocalypse. But I'm not 100% sure on that, if I've got the timing right. But what I will do, if I reveal act number 3, I might get it from that, if it is what I think it is. Maybe not then. So it's not, it's definitely not X-Men Apocalypse then. I wonder if it's, I don't know. Okay, let's reveal the director then. Roland Emmerich. Director of Independence Day 2012. The other one. The Day After Tomorrow, that's the one I'm thinking of. Day After Tomorrow, movie I watched weirdly a lot in science classes. I guess it's because it's about global warming and stuff. And it was always really funny because like there was always the caveat of I mean, this is a warning about global warming, but and heading towards an ice age, but it's not exactly the most scientifically accurate film, and yet here we are going to show you it. Don't worry, refer to it as global warming when it's really about climate change, because stuff isn't getting hotter, it's getting cooler. It's the whole thing. It's the whole world freezes over. But what did he do after (2012)? Because I don't think he... Did he direct a movie about the Stonewall riots? Or am I making that up? And he also did. He also tried to one about Shakespeare, but like not about like the whole thing that all Shakespeare's plays were written by someone else or various other people, and he kind of stole them. I think he directed a film like that. I don't know. Jeff Goldblum is second build in this movie. You know what? It's not Independence Day Resurgence, is it? Like, I was thinking that was going to be a few years later. It wouldn't be here, but it has to be, right? That's what it says, because Jeff Goldblum is such a big part of those movies. But then who'd be... be the first build on that. Nice. Got it right. Oh, Liam Hemsworth. Yeah, of course. Why do you not? We had 20 years to prepare. So did they. Viewers knew they were coming back. Using recovered alien technology, the nations of Earth collaborated on an immense defense program to protect the planet. But nothing can protect us from the aliens' advanced and unprecedented force. Only ingenuity of few brave men and women can bring our world from the brink of extinction. And yet none of those brave women are in the top 3 build. I haven't seen Resurgence. I don't really like Independence Day, which I feel like is a really controversial statement. I just don't think it works for me in the way I think it does for other people. I think there's fun stuff about it. I just don't think it's that great a movie. Did we not do this one? Alright, we did. It's weirdly off. Alright, here's one we're not going to get. We're going to May 13th, 1988. So number 1 this week, it's from Paramount Pictures, is made $8 million this week. And there's a new entry, and its director is John Carl Buechler. Ah yes, I know him well. Why don't we go for the top build actor? Kane Hodder. This is getting better and better, guys. It's getting better and better. You guys all know Kane Hodder. Don't pretend you don't know Kane Hodder. La Park Lincoln. La Park Lincoln's in this? I mean, why even bother the third named actor? I mean, we've got all the answers right here. I mean, between Kane and La Park, I mean, this is an easy one. We all got this one, right? We know what this is. But just to clarify, I have a look at the tagline as well. Friday the 13th, Jason is back, but this time someone's waiting. Guys, I'm no expert, but I think this might be a Friday the 13th movie. Just a hunch I have. Don't know what it is. Just got this. Just had this like brainwave out of nowhere, you know. The problem with this is there's like 20 Friday the 13th movies because they keep making them. It won't die. Just like Jason Voorhees keeps coming back somehow. So, I mean, if we put that in, then we'll at least get some of the options. like, yeah, there's just a lot here. I'm gonna say part 3. But I really don't know. Nope. Right, we're just gonna... Nope, I want to... Friday the 13th, Jason's back. This time someone's waiting. So isn't... I'm going to be completely wrong about this to show my ignorance about Friday the 13th franchise. But like, isn't the whole thing with the first one that Jason isn't the villain? And he's the villain in part 2 onwards. So... So I reckon it's got to be like a part 4? Yeah, the New Blood, maybe? I don't... Took a couple of guesses, but we got there. Tina Shepard, a telekinetic teenage girl, accidentally unchains Jason from his watery grave, allowing him to go on another killing spree in the area. And teen girls, they keep doing that. They keep unchaining them. Unchaining him from his watery grave. Ah, when will these teens ever learn? Number 2 this week. It was number 1 last week. It's from Orion Pictures. And it's made $30 million. And it is definitely a movie. Should we... I'm gonna go for actor number 1 here. Sean Penn. Ah, yes. Notoriously easy actor to work with. Very, very chill guy. This is obviously very early in his career, like post Spicoli, but it's not gonna be... Oops. I wonder if it's going to be something like... I don't want to say Desperately Seeking Susan or something. So maybe something with Madonna. Because I feel like they worked together a couple of films before they got married or something. I think that's the thing that happened. I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 80s. Okay, Robert Duvall. Second build in this film. Still doesn't make it any easier. Maria Conchita Alonso. My brain is like completely gone. What if we go by tagline? 70,000 gang members, 1 million guns, 2 cops. Again, that could be like half of every movie. It's like the plot of so many films. And it's directed by what? By Dennis Hopper. What? I'm sure there's a... Oh god. Dennis Hopper and Sean Penn on a set together. That, I'm sure that was a very chill time for everyone involved. I'm sure, like, no illegal substances were taken during that production. I'm sure it was a very, very smooth time for everyone. Anyway, the overall hints. confident young cop is shown the ropes by a veteran partner in the dangerous drug control barriers of Los Angeles, but the gang culture is enforced by the Batch? I want to say it's uniform? I don't... No, wait, that wouldn't be right. But the gang culture is enforced by the... something the members wear. So it's... I'm not going to get it. But it made $46 million on a $36 million budget, so that's pretty good. Colors. The movie is called Colors. Fine. Sure. Why not? Action, crime, drama, romance, thriller. Number 3 this week was number 2 last week. It is by Warner Brothers, and it has made a total of $55 million, and it's been in the charts for 7 weeks so far. And 1988 Warner Brothers movie. I'm actually struggling with 1988 movies just in general, to be honest. I'm sure there's something that's like a really obvious. This was a massive hit. It's probably Spielberg in there, to be honest, somewhere. I'm really struggling with it. Just movies from this year in general. So why don't we just go for director? Tim Burton? Oh. I think it's Beetlejuice. Or is Beetlejuice earlier? The juice is loose in this house. If you've seen one ghost, you haven't seen them all. A New England couple seeks help from a deranged demon ex-sister to get an affluent New York family out of the home. I love this movie. I'm a big Beetlejuice guy. It's just so fun. And so creative, weird. The movie rolls. Beetlejuice is great. I watched it like weirdly like twice over Christmas in short periods of time because I was just like, it was great. Like, it was just like on after something else. And I was just like, I'm just gonna watch this whole thing. And I like Beetlejuice, the sequel as well. It is overstuffed, but it is very fun. And again, Tim Burton's never been one of these directors who kind of feel like he's getting his mojo back a little bit more, which is exciting to see. But we'll see whatever he does next. I'm optimistic about it though. But yeah, classic movie, that one. I don't know any movies in 1988. Yes, I do. Turns out it's one of my favourite movies. So for at the box office this week is a Universal Pictures production. It has grossed $6 million so far. It's been out 2 weeks. I opened number 3, which is disappointing, I guess, but maybe not as disappointing in those days because back in like the 80s and 90s, movies had legs. Like, it wasn't so determined on box office to I'm going to phrase that. It wasn't based solely on like opening weekends like it is now. It is sort of based on they did expect movies to sort of have a bit of a long tail and word of mouth, whereas now it is very much it doesn't do well in the first like 3 days, then yeah, no one's seeing a movie. It's a big flop. Anyway, the movie in question. Also noticed. Oh, I haven't explained it. Avatar is basically it's frozen, and that is because Discord has decided to not work, which is weird. It's fine. Hang on, I'll close it and reopen it. Good job, guys. That's fine. His mouth won't move, but what's new? So number 4 this week at the box office is a Universal production. It's made $6 million in its total gross is $6 million, and its third build actor is, drumroll, Patricia Charbonneau. Charbonneau. Doing kind of sound laughing. Charbonneau. That's not gonna help. Let's go for actor no, let's go for tagline. In a city where everyone is for sale, they're the best money can't buy. What? What? I don't know what that means. Sam Elliott, the second build. Is this a comedy? It is not. I have no idea. Let's reveal the director. James Glickenhaus? It's a Glickenhaus joint! The old JG is in the house. Bringing us another classic. We all know a James Glickenhaus joint when we see one. I'm gonna do Act 1, but I'm not gonna get it. Peter Weller. My immediate reaction was RoboCop 2, but I don't think it's RoboCop 2. I'm gonna turn the turn that off because that's not. So I'm gonna fix this. Like, should have done like an hour ago, but yeah, we're gonna reveal hints. A local drug dealer shoots a dishonest cop in self-defense. Lawyer and renegade undercover cop join forces to clear him. But when their investigation leads into a maze of greed and corruption, they learn that in a town where everything is for sale, anything can happen. Nope. Shakedown. I have not heard of that movie. Why does Sam Elliott look like a Ben Stiller caricature of someone of that kind of actor? At least he still has his trademark moustache though. Be disappointed if he didn't. Right, so final film this weekend is a Canon release. It has grossed $5 million so far, and it's grossed it's about 2 weeks. Canon Films. Kinda famous for making brand IP, but like very, very cheaply done. Like they took over Superman 4, I believe, and I think they did they do a Fantastic Four movie at one point, and also Master of the Universe, which is could very much be for all I know. Oh, nice! This is a really cool Fire Emblem remix. Oh, I haven't said. We are listening to the CGTO music on When You're Relaxed Nintendo City Pop Medley. You deserve a rest. You do. You all deserve a rest. It's basically a compilation of a bunch of their like best songs from some of their other albums. So this one's currently the Come On Let's Go Together from Fire Emblem and the Shadow Dragon of Light. It's very similar to the Smash Bros. Melee, like in terms of its sort of arrangement, I guess, a little bit. Anyway, so Canon Films. Who's the director of this one? Boaz Davidson. Good old Bose. So yeah, that Boaz Davidson. Proper lad, that guy. And actually, if we do tagline, I reckon I might be able to get the tagline possibly. Dirtiest dancing of them all. Oh, is it a think it's a Dirty Dancing sequel? Can I think it's a Dirty Dancing sequel? Dirty Dancing 2, Dance Harder, Dance Dirtier. Havana Nights, which isn't in. I'm gonna note that down because we're gonna have to call another we're gonna have to call a one of the next time we do the box office game that as the subtitle. What? Oh, is it a trick? Is the tagline a trick? Ruby Draco Rosa? Ah. Of course. Should have known it wasn't Havana Nights. Havana Nights doesn't have Ruby Draco Rosa in it. Nor does it have Rodney Harvey. Agali Alfredo. These don't look like the cast of Dirty Dancing 2 Havana Nights that I remember. It's not like... Genuinely, I wonder if it is the original Break-In. Nope, that was just a stab out of nowhere. I presume it is some kind of like dance-based movie based on that tagline. But like, I feel like all those, like a lot of those like dance movies, these ones I can think of, like they all have a big name in them. I mean, no offense to Rodney Harvey, but I mean, it's not exactly Kevin Bacon. Right. If everyone's okay with it, I'm gonna reveal more hints. Fatherless Barrio, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican Rico is a... I don't know why I had struggled with saying Puerto Rico. Just... I saw it and my brain just was just like... Nope. Fatherless Barrio, Puerto Rican Rico is a menial car mechanic by day, but lives for the nights, when he dances and dates hot dancing girls. Cockily convinced the title of Blank King in fancy nightclub La Luna's upcoming contest to be his. He encourages his best friend, courteous gentleman Ken, to date his sister Margarita, so he gets a free hand of her flirtatious classmate Lola. The reigning Blank Queen Luna's interest in Rico as a dance partner friends his on-off relationship with Vicky. More jealous trouble follows when Ken and Margarita fall in true love. Sounds sexy. It's title of that could be anything. I want to say Dance King. It's not gonna be disco because it feels too late for discos. It's the 80s. I wonder if this is supposed to be like a riff on Saturday Night Fever. And that's like 10 years ago at this point. Nah, I'm not gonna get it. Salsa. That checks out. That makes sense. Should do a couple more. Bring this up to 2 hours. February 23rd, 2001. So, number one at the box office. It was number one last week. Oops, hitting my mic with my knee. So this is a MGM film. Ooh, hang on, we're back. So, brilliant. Cool. Right, so this is an MGM film. It has grossed $15 million so far this week, and it has grossed a total of $120 altogether. So it is a big, stonking, massive hit. It probably has like 5 sequels now. It's been out for 3 weeks. I can't really think of a big MGM hit for the past 20 years. Shows how much that studio has fallen since its glory days in the late 30s. Yeah, because in here's some Hollywood history for you. So in the late 30s, when the studio system was kind of establishing itself, MGM was the big one. It was the it was like the sort of big premiere studio. It's like it had it spent the most money on. It was like had the biggest productions. It had the biggest name actors. Like if you were working for MGM or an MGM production, you'd like really hit the big time. Was how it like was how what the feeling was then. Obviously, it's a bit different now. Now that it's like it's a good way to think of how big like stars were, like big name movie stars were at those times. It's like what big IP is. That's what movie stars were. Movie stars were the IP. Until actually fairly recently, when like brands and stuff kind of took over. That feels like a really obvious and dumb thing to say, but some facts for you. Anyway. Some more rhythm happening in the background there. So I reckon if it's such a big hit, which it seems like it is, I reckon if we go for director, we might be able to have a good shot, a good idea of what it could be. Oh, Ridley Scott. 2001 Ridley Scott film. So I have an idea, but the problem is old Ridders is it's a very prolific director. He directs very fast, and he directs a lot. And he still does. Like, it's wild. He's like in his late 70s, and he's still like making nearly a film a year. And he's always in development to like 3 films at once. It's quite impressive. I think this is Gladiator, and I'm just going to take a punt on it because what have I got to lose here, right? I mean, the fact that it's wrong shows what we have to lose. Because I think that's around this time, but it might be a bit later then. So 2001 Ridley Scott. If we go for the tagline, his genius undeniable, his evil unspeakable, his name. Hannibal? Did he direct? Did he direct that one? Because there's like 3 Anthony Hopkins Hannibal films. There's Silence of the Lambs, obviously. It's Hannibal, and then there's Red Dragon. And I know that I didn't realise that Ridley Scott directed one of those, but it does make sense. Yeah. After having successfully eluded the authorities for years, Hannibal's police freely lives in Italy in disguise as an art scholar. Trouble strikes again when he's discovered leaving a deserving few dead in the process. He returns to America to make contact with the now disgraced agent Clarice Starling, who is suffering the wrath of malicious FBI rivals with the media. Anthony Hopkins, Julianne Moore replacing Jodie Foster, I think, and Gary Oldman. I remember being like, I was fairly young at the time this movie came out. Obviously, I didn't see it because it's very, very grown-up drama with serial killers. But I just remember like seeing this poster and being like kind of freaked out by it. Number 2 at the box office this week. It was number 2 last week, and it's been out for 2 weeks. It's Paramount Pictures production. It's funny when you say like when you refer to a production like as in movie terms, like I always feel like it's saying sort of like Transatlantic sort of movie trailer voice, like from like the 40s. It is a Paramount production of all the best stars, yes. They're expected to be a big stonking hit. Right, so, like I said, Paramount Pictures, 2001. Do I want to go tagline or actor or director? I'm kind of thinking go actor number 3. That was not a good choice. Chaz Palminteri. Well, that's cleared that one up then. I can tell you exactly who the third billed actor in this movie is. Regina King, second billed actor. Really underrated actress. She's really good. Chris Rock, his first build. Okay. I'm not sure. Seems familiar, but story of premature reincarnation. What? So it's probably a comedy? Question mark? Chris White's Paul Wrights. Oh. So Chris White's director of American Pie. So interestingly, writer on Star Wars Rogue One. And also director of About a Boy. Genuinely interesting, like, filmmaker. He's also done the podcast Blank Check as a guest a bunch of times, and he's always fascinating when he's on that show. He has genuinely like really good anecdotes. Can I remember what this movie is? Has he mentioned it on before? I'm sure he has. Don't remember what it is. I do not. Isn't going well for us today. Oh, we're getting some Stick Brush Symphony in the background there. I think we might be. Why is this song so good, guys? I'm gonna have to reveal all hints, I think, because I don't think I'm gonna get it. I assume this is probably Chris White's follow-up to American Pie now I'm thinking about it. Like, he probably got this film made off of the back of that. Struggling comic Lance Barton knows what it's like to die on stage when his life takes an unexpected turn.
straight to heaven, Lance is sure there's been a mistake. Miraculously, he's right. An interest Lance, he was taken prematurely, but assures him he can be returned to Earth. In the aged body of a ruthless white billionaire. Okay, that's pretty funny. In this improbable reincarnation, Lance begins a hilarious quest to realize his showbiz dream, and along the way, discovers a person and he never imagined he could be. Constructed as the first performance in the romantic Greek comedy remake of Heaven Can Wait. I don't want to say it's just Heaven Can Wait, is it? It wouldn't be right. Down to earth. Of course it does. Of course that's the name of it. Okay, anyway, moving on. Number 3 this week at the box office. It's from Warner Brothers. It's a new entry. It's made $7 million so far. And its director is Damien Lichtenstein. Great. Doing well. And it's a Kurt Russell film. Kurt Russell's usually pretty good. It's probably become like some kind of cult classic. I feel like a lot of his movies tend to. He's even joked about that. But 2001. God, I have no idea. Oh, it's not. It's not Tombstone, is it? Wait, is Kevin Costner in Tombstone? It feels like the sort of thing he would be. No, wait, no. I'm realizing that just really peaked there, sorry. I wonder if... Problem is, so it's Kurt Russell, Kevin Costner, both of which have done quite a few westerns. So it's kind of figuring out, A, what western did they do together, and B, what the hell? See, my immediate thought was Tombstone, but I'm like, is it Tombstone? Because it feels like that might be earlier, and B, I can't remember if Kevin Costner was in that film, and but my second thought is like Wyatt Earp, but then I wonder if that's just the same movie. Like, if Tombstone is about Wyatt Earp, which I think it is, but should we do Actor 3? Courtney Cox. What? Actually, it's wild in hindsight. It's wild that Kevin Costner is being billed below Kurt Russell. There's a weird yawn. I'm doing a lot of weird yawning tonight. It's very late. Let's say it's very late. It's 9:30, but it's been a long week. I'll do tagline, but it's going to be something Western related, isn't it? Crime is king. How long do you think it took the marketing team at Warner Brothers to go to think of like that tagline? They just like, right, so we've got a crime movie with Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner, where they're playing presumably villains. How do we tag, like, how do we market the movie? And then someone just comes in and goes, crime is king. Then everyone else then they all just went home for lunch and took the rest of the day off. And they were just like, Kevin Costner's in the movie, just shove his name on the poster. Problem solved. Screw it, real hence. It was an ingenious enough plan. Rob the Riviera Casino's count room during an Elvis impersonator convention. But Thomas Murphy decided to keep all the money for himself and shoot his partners, including recently freed ex-con Michael Zane. With $3.2 million at the stake, the Marshal Service is closing in. Michael must track down Murphy. Okay, this kind of sounds like it rules, actually. Oh, there is a... I can picture it in my head. I feel like I've seen a clip of Kurt Russell dressed as Elvis, but then I think he might have played Elvis in like a TV movie. So that doesn't help. I'm gonna have to give up on this one too. Great. 2,000 miles. 3,000 miles to Graceland. Oh, it only made $15 million altogether. Oh, this is a big flop. Yeah, this movie did not do well. Jeez. This is oof. So number 4 at the box office this week is a Walt Disney movie. It has been out 2 weeks. It is number 3 last week, and it's made $22 million so far. It's in its 2nd week. So it's not doing great. This is kind of... This period of Disney is kind of very, it's like post-Disney Renaissance, but then like, buying everything and really heavily leaning on franchises. It's February 2001, so Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't come out till, I was going to say this year, but I don't think it comes out 2003 actually, now I think about it. So this is kind of them just basically throwing stuff at them. Essentially their whole live action set is basically them just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works, and then Pirates end up with being the thing that works. And they're like, well, that's our model going forward. Franchise this. It could be an animated film as well. Again, not a great time for their animated run. It's kind of very... Like I said, it's post-Renaissance. But I wonder if there is a classic film, classic animated film that I love, I don't know if the general public loves it that much. But I'm gonna I'm gonna go for Actor 1, and if it is who I think it is, then I'm fairly confident to take a bet. It is not David Spade, therefore it is not Emperor's New Groove, which I was really, really hoping it was. But the actor number 2 is... actor number 3 is... Pamela Adlon? Bobby from King of the Hill? As well as, you know, better things and being just a general, like, incredible actress. Oh, this must be, I don't know. I'm guessing they're voice acting in this. What can it... Ah, the Sheets. Sheets himself. Saving the world one playground at a time. Oh! Oh, I know what this is. This is the Recess movie. Oh, I haven't thought about Recess in years. Oh, is it called Recess Schools Out? I remember watching Recess a bunch when I was younger. That was a really fun show. I never watched the movie though. I think I saw a trailer for it and I think my parents were like, oh, that looks bad. We're never taking you to see that. And they're probably right to, like, it was probably terrible. School year is finally ending and TJ Detweiler is looking forward to summer. But boredom quickly sets in when his friends leave for camp, until TJ discovers an evil plot to do away with summer vacation. How dare they! A crazy former principal, Dr. Benedict, is planning to use a laser beam to alter the weather and create a permanent winter. Faced with the dire threat of year-round school, TJ rounds up the Recess gang and bands together with some unexpected allies, Miss Finster and Principal Prickly. Those guys are in a non-stop adventure to save everyone's summer break. As the kids discover the heroes inside themselves, a platoon of wacky characters, far-out music, and sci-fi surprises turn this madcap mission into a major victory for fun. I'm sure it probably is. I'm sure it probably isn't a major victory for fun. I wonder how it translates to a movie. I bet it doesn't. Like, I bet it just feels like an overlong episode of a TV show. Fun fact: I think it's Gretchen in that show is voiced by Ashley like a young Ashley Johnson, who would go on to play Ellie in Last of Us. And of course, obviously, Critical Role is like a big part of that show. Anyway, number 5 this week is from Sony Pictures, and it has grossed $81 million over the course of its 12-week run, and it's been number 5 for the past 2 weeks. So it's done pretty well. I don't know if it's... because I don't know the budget. I don't know if it's currently like made its budget back or if it's struggling. I have no idea. But if we find out the director, maybe... actually, we'll do tagline. We'll do tagline this time. A time, the story of strength, secrets, and 2 warriors who would never surrender. I don't know. Again, it's one of those taglines that's like, but that's like every movie.
Yeah. Every movie is either about warriors, cops, or romance. The warriors part can be vague. You can put superheroes in that part, but superheroes can also be cops. Anyway, so a time the story of strength, secrets, and two warriors who would never surrender. And it's directed by Ang Lee. From 2001. He makes Hulk in 2001, right? What did he do? What does Ang Lee direct before Hulk? Sure as heck is going to be Sense and Sensibility, I can tell you that. He's had a good career, that Ang. Like, super diverse film list. Like, you look at his films, like, some really interesting stuff in that. Like, across different genres and different types of films, you know, because you got, it's like the same guy who directs Sense and Sensibility directs like Life of Pi, directs Hulk, directs Jeremy Ryan, directs Brokeback Mountain. It's a wild filmography. And it's not even to say like all the stuff he did before when he was doing like Taiwan and stuff. He was like a Hong Kong filmmaker, right? Anyway, there's an answer to the point. What film did you make before Hulk? I'm presuming it isn't Hulk. Oh. I swear, Chow Yun Fat. Is it Crouching Tiger? It is Crouching Tiger. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Two warriors in pursuit of a stolen sword and a notorious fugitive are led to an impetuous, physically skilled teenage nobleman's daughter who is at a crossroads in her life. Also, really great showcase for Michelle Yeoh as well. Like, I think she had been in Western film. Well, obviously, this isn't a Western film. It's like an actual like. Very like. It's it's one of those weird things. It's like you go, oh, it's a Western film. Is it though? I guess it is because it's Sony. It's Sony money. But then technically Sony are a Japanese company, so it's like, I don't know. But yeah, massive hit. Like, generally quite genre defining in a way. Yeah, and it. Anyway, so I think that's going to be should we do one more? Let's do one more. Let's hope it goes a little bit better. Right, ending strong. 1987, December 11th. Right, Orion Pictures. I'm gonna speed round this. Director is Danny DeVito. Right.
Now we're talking. The Penguin himself. He's made a lot of weird films. It's not. Could it be? Could it be War of the Roses? Oh. He put himself as first build in his own movie. I mean, why not? Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal. I'm enjoying this. Maybe we just put the Ribbon Heaven one on after this. So Danny DeVito directed with Danny DeVito the lead. I bet you also wrote the screenplay as well. I'm only semi-joking. I bet that actually was the thing that happened. Let's go to tagline. Robin asks his friend Larry for a small favour. Okay, now this is just taking the piss. Kim Greased. Oh, I should know this. Probably seen this movie. I feel like I'm losing my mind. And the city pop in the background is not helping. Oh. Oh, is it the best title of... I did wonder if this was I think it's Throw Mama from the Train, which is a great title. Also, they haven't they missed out the actual like tagline if this is the case, because like that's because the one of the other taglines is from the Twisted Mind of Danny DeVito, which has been memed like so much in like since, but weird. Yeah, baby. What was there's a Danny DeVito directed movie that has Stallone in it that's meant to be terrible. I think it's something. Or I might no, maybe it's DeVito. I realize I'm confusing the Stop or My Mum Will Shoot. That's the film I'm thinking of. I don't think that's Danny DeVito directed film, but that is a title. Number 2 this week. It was number 1 last week. It's from Touchstone Pictures. Touchstone Pictures. An instant classic. Proudly presents. And it's directed by Leonard Nimoy. Is it 3 Men and a Baby? It's the only movie I know that he directed. I think he might have directed a Star Trek. Heck yeah! Tom Selleck, Steve Gutenberg, Ted Danson, The Big Three, The Cell, The Goot, and The Sun. Big stonking hit, $167 million. $11 million budget. Number 3 this week. So 20th Century Fox is a new entry. It's made $4 million so far. And its lead actor is Charlie Sheen. Yes. Brilliant. Another absolutely normal, non-controversial figure. It's done absolutely nothing wrong. It's had no problems with substances. Is it gonna... Oliver Stone directed. Is it Platoon? Nope. Oh, there's like a really famous movie that Oliver Stone directed with Charlie Sheen and I'm just not getting it. I think it's a war movie because Oliver Stone loves his political war movies. Sorry, Mom. Just I'm there for the tagline. Every dream has a price. It's not. It's not Wall Street, is it? Or am I being insane? Yeah, it's Wall Street. I don't know why I thought, like... I think the thing is, I think I got confused. I know they're very different actors, and if I like looked at them, I'd know the difference between them. But for some reason, in that minute, I was mistaking... Why didn't it submit? Okay, whatever. I was mistaking, Michael Douglas for Martin Sheen, which is insane. Oh, he is in it. Like Martin Sheen isn't. It's for her Bill. That's why I'm getting confused because they're both in it. Because I was thinking about the scene where there's a scene where Martin Sheen is like scolding Charlie Sheen, and he's like, "You know a man by the size of his wallet." And it's like this really weirdly. It's just a weird line reading. It's funny, but it's weird. Anyway, number 4. It's Paramount Pictures production. I could keep saying it that way. Don't know why. It has made $22 million over the course of its 3-week run. It has made $3 million this week. And it was number 2 last week, so it's doing pretty well. But what is it? It's directed by John Hughes. Ooh. Oh. Okay. I like John Hughes movies. Have all of them aged well? Nope. But are a lot of them still really, really good? Yes. I think he's a very good writer-director who left a really short-lived kind of legacy. Anyway, I think he kind of got a bit jaded and a bit fed up with the business after, like, in the 90s, so he kind of just sort of stopped writing and directing. But trying to think what this one could be. It's too late Ferris Bueller, and I think Ferris Bueller comes after Breakfast Club. Or does Breakfast Club come before? Let's come after. It's probably not Pretty in Pink. I could probably get it from the actor, I think. Oh, it's Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I love that movie. What he really wanted was to spend Thanksgiving with his family. What he got was 3 days with the turkey. What a bunch. John Candy is incredible in that movie. Like, again, you talk about people who like, he's an incredible actor who like just gone before his time. Like, really beloved, really incredible performer. I was reading at the end of last year Wild and Crazy Guys, which is about in part like Steve Martin and John Candy, and all the stuff about John Candy is just, he just comes across as like the nicest guy in the world, and then but also like he has this side of him where he's just he's being so destructive, like just not looking after himself. I know obviously like health and well-being and stuff now is so much like, we're so much more informed about what is bad for your health and what will like, and what you need to like do in moderation. But even then, like even that, like just the amount he was doing to himself, it's crazy. He even lived as long as he did, to be honest. But yeah. And then Steve Martin's like also incredible. Steve Martin's one of my favourite like comedians, just in general. I think that guy's just the smartest, funniest guy like alive, probably. And I think he's probably going to retire after he finishes Only Murders, which is why they keep renewing that show, because they just don't want him to stop. Him and Martin Short are an incredible double act as well. And I love that sort of their friendship is what basically going back into stand-up. Again, I highly recommend the Steve Martin documentary. Oh, I think we're getting an ad. Hang on. Guess our playlist has just finished. Oh yeah, we probably had to, because we were going to start with starting a video about synth pop, and that would have been not good. Let's do some Animal Crossing for a couple of minutes before we wrap this up. Yeah, the 2-part documentary, Steve, on Apple TV is excellent. I highly recommend that. It's about his like rise and stand up, and ending, spoilers, with him quitting stand up in the late 70s, and then it cuts to the second episode about how he's about now, like his career kind of up to like this point, and it's just fascinating. He's a fascinating character. But yeah, also excellent in that film. Anyway, number 5 at the box office this week. It's another Paramount Pictures release. It's made $117 million in its 13-week run, which means it's a very big hit. So it's probably one of the bigger hits of the year. Probably one of the biggest hits of the year, if not the biggest, I reckon. But then, I don't know, maybe there's something bigger that I'm forgetting, which is very possible. So if we go for Director, Adrian Lyne. Okay. Not particularly helpful because that's also like quite a prolific director who's done quite a lot. Michael Douglas. Second movie in the top 5 this week. God, he's having a good run actually. So if that's been out, whatever this has been out for 3 weeks. It's not. It's not Basic Instinct. That feels a bit early for that. Oh, it's Fatal Attraction. Yeah, having both Glenn Close and Michael Douglas, and that kind of gave it away. She boils a bunny in that movie. That's a fun fact to know. A married man's one-night stand comes back to haunt him when that lover begins to stalk him and his family. A look that led to an evening, a mistake he'll regret for the rest of his life. Okay, well, this has been fun. This has been, yeah, so like I said, this has been a fun little box office game stream. We'll be back tomorrow actually, because I have some time off work. We'll continue our playthrough of Pokemon Ruby. We're getting up to the 7th gem, so hopefully we'll get to that tomorrow. If not, then hopefully we will make a lot of progress into getting to there if we don't do the gym itself. So I think we're on track to sort of finish it off in like 3 or 4 more streams, I reckon. I don't want to like, I don't know, I don't want to like jinx it, because I still don't know how much plot wise we're still going to have to do, because I'm struggling to remember the second half of the game. But we'll carry on with that for sure over the next couple of weeks. So I hope you can join me for that. So that'll be really fun. Thank you for joining me for this late night box office game stream. I hope you have fun. I had fun despite being very, very tired and slowly losing my mind. And it's been a good time. Yeah. So we'll see you for the next stream. And as always, au revoir, baby. See ya. Oh, hey Spambot. Glad you finally make it. A bit late because I'm off. See ya.